Hello, friends. This is Sheriff Labrador and my faithful partner, Sheriff Dobie.
Hi guys, today we have something special for you. We are diving into the world of Roblox and playing the Escape Funnies Toy Shop mode.
In this mode, our main task is to escape from the creepy toy store, but it will be harder than it seems.
We'll have to hide and run from the terrifying toy that wants to trap us in its world.
Friends, hold on tight because it's going to be both fun and scary.
In this mode, we have 6 tough challenges, each testing our skills to the limit. We might even face the main toy boss at the end. It sounds frightening and exciting, but we can handle it because we are a team. We just turned on the lights to see better, and now we are heading into the ominous tunnel to find the exit.
This tunnel looks really spooky. I hope we don't encounter many traps.
The main thing is to be careful and stick together. Friends, keep your fingers crossed for us. A real challenge lies ahead.
What are these tracks? Some monster sneaked into the ventilation and left its tracks here. Maybe we could crawl through there and find the exit right away. But the vent is closed. We'll have to go through this creepy tunnel with broken pipes. Dobie, are you afraid to jump through this hot air?
No, I'm not afraid. Do you think I'm a coward? We've gone through many scary modes together. I'm almost used to them. By the way, it's better not to look down right now. Wait, do you hear that? Or is it just me?
I don't hear anything. We've encountered a real challenge. A scary maze, guys. This maze is not only complicated, but also full of dangers. A huge, terrifying toy will chase us if we don't find the exit in time. It will turn us into its toys.
This challenge will require our maximum mental and physical strength. The maze is huge, and we must be very careful to find the exit as quickly as possible. But don't worry, Labrador and I will guide you. And remember, friends,
this is just the first challenge in this mode. Ahead of us are many difficulties and puzzles. We must be ready for anything and never give up.
Hey, Labrador, this parkour is really tough. It seems we are facing the hardest challenges in this mode.
Indeed, Dobie, but this is just the beginning. We have a lot more ahead of us. By the way, do you remember what our friends said about the next challenge?
Oh, yes. They mentioned something about red and green colors. They said it's one of the most interesting challenges here. We need to be ready for anything.
I remember they said these colors are related to choosing a path or solving puzzles. We need to be alert and use our brains.
Exactly, Labrador. Let's leave the parkour behind and get ready for the next challenge. Remember, teamwork and attentiveness are our best allies here.
Absolutely, Dobie. Let's move forward. New challenges await us, and we must prove that sheriffs are not easily broken. Green light. Run, Labrador. Oh, wait, red light. Stop and don't move. Green light. Run, Dobie. Run. Just a bit more. You can do it. Oh no, stop, red light. No way out, or as they say. Or as...
Labrador, I almost lost because of you. Is something wrong with your reactions? The green light was on, and you only mentioned the red. Do you not know the difference between green and red?
Ha ha. Sorry, Dobie. I got a bit confused. Next time I'll pay more attention to the signals. Don't worry. I'll react faster in the next challenge.
We've passed the second challenge of this strange living toy, and now we just need to climb up and start the third challenge. Honestly, I thought it would be easier. This is the hardest challenge for us.
You're right. I hope you guys are subscribing to our channel and liking our efforts. These challenges are really tough, but the third challenge will be 100 times harder. I doubt our friend told the truth.
Hey, Labrador, look what's ahead. Our task is to climb this tower of toy blocks before this Titan toy robot catches and crushes us. Okay, Labrador, let's look at our options. These columns of blocks can be our cover. We can run between them to avoid the robot's grasp.
Great idea, Dobie. We can also use these toy blocks to slow down its movement. Throw them at its feet to create obstacles and gain valuable seconds.
Right, Labrador. And don't forget about teamwork. Coordinate our actions. One of us distracts the robot while the other circles the edge of the tower. This way, we can split its attention and gain more time.
Exactly, Dobie. Let's get to it. Let's show this robot who the real sheriffs are. Stick to the plan, and we'll definitely succeed.
Only 6 seconds left. I'm sure we can survive. If not, Labrador, you were the best friend I've ever had. Hooray! We managed to outsmart the Titan robot. Honestly, it was pretty dumb. Just a clumsy piece of metal destroying everything in its path.
I think we shouldn't have opened this door. It's really creepy here. It looks like the place where we need to find an exit and escape from the main character of this mode. Wish us luck, subscribers.
Hey, Labrador, look who's chasing us now. It's a living toy, and it's after us through this abandoned toy warehouse. We need to keep moving and not let it catch us, or we'll be its next victims.
Wow, Dobie, this is really terrifying. Let's use our knowledge and experience to get out of this situation. We must find a way to dodge it.
I see a machine ahead. Could it be an escape route? No, it doesn't look like it. There's lava down there. How is there lava in a toy store? Some monster must have created it while we were driving.
I wanted to tell you something yesterday. We received a call from the toy store owner. He said toys started disappearing, and all the surveillance cameras were turned off. This prompted Dobie and me to immediately head to the scene.
Yes, Labrador is right. When we arrived, the store seemed empty and abandoned, with toys and plush animals scattered everywhere.
We started the investigation and found Mr. and Mrs. Squirrel hiding in the far corner of the store. It turned out they were taking the toys, thinking they were for their children.
When we asked them why they didn't use the surveillance cameras, they said they didn't know how to turn them on and were just trying to do something nice for their kids.
In the end, we cleared things up and suggested they visit the store during business hours to buy toys. They apologized for the inconvenience and promised not to take anything without permission again.
So friends, sometimes mysterious disappearances aren't about dark forces. Sometimes it's just parents trying to make their kids' lives brighter.
It seems we've been through a lot, but now the fourth challenge awaits us, which turns out to be a real test.
Yes, Labrador, this challenge is like games such as Mario. We need to run and jump, avoiding traps and collecting everything that can help us stop the giant head of this living toy that is trying to catch and eat us.
Now Dobie and I found ourselves in a world reminiscent of classic Mario in 2D. We started on a platform surrounded by green pipes and brick blocks, but the real excitement was ahead. We were being chased by a giant toy head. We had to jump and collect bombs to slow it down.
Exactly, Labrador. These platform jumps are quite the challenge. It feels like being a puppy again, trying to reach high shelves. And those bombs are a real treasure. Throw one, and the head slows down, giving us a chance to run further. Great job, Labrador. We're almost at the finish, friends. And who would have thought that simply escaping from a toy head could be so exciting?
Here we are in the ventilation system, friends, or almost there. We've already made it halfway, and honestly, I'm a little worried. These pipes look like they haven't been cleaned in ages. And the air here, it's not the freshest. But we can't stop now. We need to keep going to get out of this toy store. Who would have thought that toys could be so dangerous?
You're right, Labrador. And these rusty pipes? It smells like an old basement, but it seems like we're no strangers to tough tasks. These old abandoned toys scattered through the sewers are staring at us with their empty eyes. They're definitely not happy to see us, so we need to be careful and stay alert.
We made it through that sewer, and I have no idea how we managed to escape. The toys tried to grab us. Oh, Dobie, look, it's game number 5.
It kind of reminds me of some game, or maybe it's just me. What do you think, guys? Let us know in the comments.
What a challenge. Dobie and I are back in the toy store, and now we have to jump on platforms that are about to start falling. As soon as they turn red, we need to get off, or we're in trouble. Honestly, I'm a bit nervous because these platforms are so slippery that you barely have time to react.
Yeah, Labrador, these platforms are a real headache. You barely land on one before it starts glowing red. It feels like a game of cat and mouse. You almost made it, but it's about to disappear beneath your feet. Of course, we're sheriffs, but here we really need to be extra careful. I even joked a few times that if I fall, I'll land on a soft toy. Whew, we barely made it through this level. What's next? Is this the end?
This toy train looks extremely suspicious. I doubt the exit is here, but we have no other choice. Settle in, Dobie. We're in for a long ride.
Let's go, Sheriff Labrador. I hope we don't encounter any screamers along the way and everything goes smoothly. Oh no, it was a trap.
What do we do now? We're falling straight down. We're going to crash, Sheriff Labrador.
Are you here? I see the final arena.
Yes, I'm here. It looks like this is the final challenge. Oh, wait. It's that same living toy in a robo-suit. How do we deal with it, guys? We're facing the main boss, a toy robot threatening us with lasers and a giant metal structure.
Yes, Labrador. This robot means business. It's firing all its weapons and trying to crush us with its huge feet.
But we won't give up. To defeat this boss, we need to aim for its weak spot, the legs. We have rocket launchers and we need to hit them directly.
Let's act quickly and in sync. Labrador, you take the rocket launcher on the right, I'll take the left. Let's focus fire on its legs while we have the chance. Watch how it opens the vents on its legs.
Now's our chance to attack. Launch the rockets.
Great shot, Labrador. We damaged its leg. Just a bit more and we'll have it.
The boss is getting more aggressive. Watch out. Dodge the lasers and keep attacking its legs.
Another rocket hit the mark. The leg is starting to smoke. We're almost there.
We're on the home stretch. We'll defeat this evil robot. Hooray! We managed to destroy it. They didn't call me Diamond Eye at the Sheriff Academy for nothing. I'm a really good shot. Now we just need to find the way out of here, guys.
You're all the best. You helped us defeat this toy robot. I hope we really won and this isn't another trap.
Hello, friends. It's me, Sheriff Labrador, and today we have a special episode for you.
Hi, everyone. Yes, Sheriff Labrador, I'm already excited.
Together with my loyal partner, Sheriff Dobie, we're going to tell you about the most beautiful and challenging mode in Roblox, Escape the Carnival of Horrors Obby. This mode is simply incredible.
You find yourself in a mysterious and eerie carnival, full of dangers and unexpected twists.
Let's start from the beginning. As soon as you enter the game, you're greeted by a creepy carnival, dimly lit by lanterns. Dangerous traps and evil ghost clowns patrolling the area are scattered everywhere. Your task is to avoid them at all costs.
Exactly. Do you see that red balloon? We need to follow it. In the first stage, you have to be very careful and quick to avoid getting caught by the clowns. I recommend watching your steps closely to avoid traps.
Yes, and that's just the beginning. This clown world is huge, and I think we'll be fighting this clown today. By the way, do you know the name of this clown? Write it in the comments, and whoever guesses correctly will get a heart from us on their comment.
But inside, it's full of dangerous mechanisms. You must be very attentive and keep moving to avoid getting caught in the traps.
We need to get through these rusty pipes. The main thing is not to touch the fire or fall down. We can't forget about the final part, escaping through the horror ride. This is the most challenging part, where you'll have to use all your skills and agility to reach the exit.
Friends, this mode is truly amazing. It's not only difficult, but incredibly beautiful. We are sure you'll love it. Right now, we are in the heart of the Carnival of Horrors, in the clown's house. Just look at this grim place. We need to parkour through old, smelly pipes with a bottomless pit below us.
Yes, it's really scary. The smelly pipes are not only a test of our agility, but also a real endurance test. The smell is disgusting, but we need to focus and move forward.
Watch your step, Sheriff Labrador. If we slip, we'll fall into that bottomless pit. We must be very careful and watch each step. Let's move slowly and confidently.
Good plan, Sheriff Dobie. Do you see that narrow pipe ahead? We need to jump onto it and then move along the wall. The main thing is not to rush and keep our balance.
Great, I'm ready. Let's go, Labrador. You first. I'll cover you. This is probably one of the most difficult stages in this mode, but we'll manage, right?
Of course, Dobie. We're a team. All right, one jump, then another. Carefully, done. Now it's your turn, Dobie.
Got it. I'm coming. One jump, another. Yes, I did it. Now we need to walk along this narrow pipe. It's slippery, so hold on tight.
Of course, Dobie. We're a team. All right, one jump, then another. Carefully, done. Now it's your turn, Dobie.
Yes, it's a real nightmare. These saws spin so fast that one mistake can cost us our lives. We need to move very carefully and precisely calculate our actions.
Look, Dobie. The saws move in a specific pattern. If you watch closely, you can catch the moment when they stop for a split second. That's when we need to dash through.
I made it too. Can you see me? Wow! Look at this beautiful amusement park. Ferris wheel, roller coasters, and much more.
Now we're escaping from the scariest clown in this carnival. He wants to turn us into his dolls, and we urgently need to find a way to escape. Look ahead. There's a Ferris wheel. It's our chance to get to the top.
The clown is still after us. Let's go, Labrador. We can do this.
Yes, we're at the top. What a view! You can see the whole carnival from here. The clown won't catch us here.
Whew, that was intense. But we did it, Labrador. Now we're safe.
Guys, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give us likes. It's the best gift you can give us. Our animal town has always been a peaceful place, but recently we were shaken by a story connected to the amusement park. The park has always been a popular spot for family outings. However, with the arrival of a new clown, strange incidents began happening. He appeared friendly, but there was always something unusual around him. The townspeople began to complain about odd feelings and missing items. Dobie and I decided to get to the bottom of this.
From the very beginning, we noticed that the clown attracted children, but the parents looked at him with concern. We started the investigation trying to understand what was going on. In the park, we discovered strange traces and heard stories about how the clown was leading children in unknown directions. In the evening, the park closed, but some children didn't return home. Labrador and I decided to stay in the park after closing time to see what was happening.
When it got dark, the park turned into a place of shadows and suspicious sounds. We hid behind carousels and rides, observing what was going on. Soon, we saw the clown leading a group of children. They seemed hypnotized, following him without a single word. We cautiously followed them until they reached an old, abandoned tent that hadn't been used in a long time.
The tent was locked, but somehow the clown managed to open it. We carefully approached, trying not to give ourselves away. When we peeked inside, we saw a stage with bright lights. The clown started his performance, but it wasn't an ordinary show. He used strange tricks and magical illusions that seemed to mesmerize the children. We realized that the clown was using some dark magic to control them.
We decided to act quickly. I distracted the clown, pretending I wanted to see the show up close, while Dobie took the children out of the tent. The clown, noticing our presence, became angry. His face twisted into a malicious grimace, and he tried to stop us. But we were already prepared and knew what to do. We used flashlights to blind him and escorted the children to the park's exit.
We led the children to a safe place and called for backup. The clown tried to escape, but he didn't get far. When our colleagues arrived, we arrested him and started the investigation. It turned out that this clown was a former magician who had lost his job and decided to use his skills for sinister purposes. Thanks to our efforts, the park became a safe place for family outings again. Labrador and I returned to the station, knowing that we had done an important job. We told the townspeople this story so they would know that even in the safest place, dangers can be hiding. But together, we can overcome any difficulties and protect our town.
Recently, a new clown appeared in our town. He was so funny that he immediately became popular. Everywhere he went, people laughed until they cried. He performed street shows, visited people's homes, and entertained both children and adults. Everything seemed fine, but something wasn't right. Dobie and I started noticing that after the clown's visits, people's belongings went missing. At first, it was small things, but each day the number of disappearances grew. We decided to take control of the situation and figure out what was happening.
We began to keep an eye on this clown, but he was so sneaky that none of our observers could catch him in the act. He would go into homes, show his tricks, and everyone seemed to forget what had happened. But as soon as the clown left, valuable items were always missing, from watches to jewelry. Sheriff Labrador suggested we find out what was going on, and soon we were in the middle of an investigation. We decided to set up a trap.
One night, Dobie and I decided to keep an eye on the clown in person. We put on masks and went into one of the houses where the clown frequently showed up. When he arrived, we began to watch his actions closely. At first, everything went as usual. He entertained everyone with his jokes and tricks. But suddenly, during one of his tricks, we noticed his hand quickly slip behind his back and disappear into the host's pocket.
That was the moment of truth. Labrador and I realized that this wasn't just a coincidence. We started watching his hands, and soon we discovered that he was really stealing things while everyone was laughing or distracted by his show. He skillfully used his tricks to secretly take small valuables. We decided to catch him red-handed.
When the clown left, we immediately went to the house to check what had gone missing. And, as strange as it seemed, valuable items had indeed disappeared. We gathered our strength and decided to act. The next day, we met with the clown again, but this time, he didn't know we were preparing to expose him. When he started his new trick, we quietly surrounded him.
The clown tried to avoid us, but we already knew everything. He realized his trick had been uncovered and tried to escape. But Labrador was faster. We caught him, and it turned out that this clown was a master of pickpocketing, using his popularity to steal from trusting townspeople. After we arrested him, it was revealed that he was a thief, hiding behind the mask of a cheerful clown. But now, thanks to us, he would no longer be able to cause trouble in our town.
That's how we exposed this funny clown. He thought he could trick us, but it didn't work out that way. This time, the jokes were over. And now all the town's residents know that we don't joke with anyone who tries to deceive them. Dobie and I are back to patrolling, knowing that even the most amusing incidents can hide dangerous secrets.
When we returned to the station, We told the townspeople how important it is to stay vigilant, even when it seems like everything around is 100% safe. The clown thought his tricks would go on forever, but it turned out differently. Labrador and I are proud that we acted in time, and now the townspeople can laugh again without fear.
Officer Dobie and I are on the roller coaster, and right before us stands a massive carnival city. We're not just here for fun. We're keeping everything under control. But right in front of us, there's that terrifying clown.
Well, friends, the time has come to say goodbye. We hope you enjoyed riding with us on these roller coasters, following our adventures, and of course, staying alert. Until next time, and may your carnivals always be filled with joy, not threats.
Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for being with us. Don't forget to keep an eye on your surroundings, because even in the brightest places, mysteries can be hiding. Guys, help us! Quickly like the video, leave a comment, and watch it until the end, or we might fall straight into the lava.
Hello, everyone. Imagine you're stuck in an abandoned pizzeria where danger lurks at every turn. The main goal is to escape this creepy place, but be careful. The terrifying chef Papa Pizza is on your trail, cooking up his horrible dishes from human parts. Yes, you heard that right. This will be a true test of your agility and wits.
Welcome to our channel, friends. It's your sheriff's Labrador and my trusty partner Dobie back with you again. Today we have something special. We are embarking on an exciting adventure in a Roblox mode called Escape from Papa Pizza's Pizzeria. Dobie, tell everyone what challenges they'll face.
Oh yes, guys. You'll face puzzles, traps, and the need to quickly run away from this crazy chef. But don't worry, Labrador and I will be there to help you every step of the way.
Ready for an incredible adventure? Then get comfortable, gather your courage, and let's see if we can escape Papa Pizza's Pizzeria together.
Oh no, Labrador, where's the light? It seems Papa Pizza is after us. Hide, Labrador. We need to act quickly and precisely because Papa Pizza is right on our heels.
Oh, guys, he's right behind us. Do you see those scary eyes and that creepy apron? Papa Pizza is cooking his horrible dishes and wants to add us to the menu. We need to find a way out urgently.
Exactly, Labrador. Listen carefully, guys. To save ourselves, we need to find a hole in the floor and jump into it. It's our only chance to escape this crazy chef. Let's move quickly. We don't have much time.
We did it, guys. We're safe for now, but stay alert. There are always new challenges ahead in this game.
Thanks for being with us, and until the next adventure. Whew, that was scary, but we made it. Subscribe to our channel, like our videos, and leave comments about what modes you'd like to see next. And now we are...
Yes, in the stinky sewers. Oh, the smell here is terrible. But we have no choice, guys. To get out of here, we need to climb through a hatch. The problem is, Papa Pizza is waiting for us up there.
Exactly, Labrador. The hatch leads directly to the bathroom, and Papa Pizza is already there, ready to catch us. But we have a plan. First, we need to find the hatch and climb up carefully. Then we'll try to outsmart him.
I see the hatch ahead. Be careful and watch your step to avoid traps. Dobie, do you think we can outsmart Papa Pizza?
Of course, Labrador. We need to be smarter and faster. Guys, as soon as we climb through the hatch, be ready to act quickly. We need to figure out how to bypass Papa Pizza and escape.
Let's try. Here's the hatch. I see it. Is everyone ready? Climb carefully and quietly. Just like that. We're almost there.
Oh no, he's here! Run, guys, faster! We need to find a way out of this bathroom and avoid Papa Pizza. Labrador, where to next?
We got through that scary web. But how did Papa Pizza turn into Papa Spider? Oh no, we stepped on a spike. We'll have to start over.
Now we're navigating through a spiked trap. We have to be very careful not to get caught in them.
Yes, Dobie, this is definitely not a place you want to get stuck. Watch your step, guys, and stay away from those menacing spikes. We can handle this together. Stay close.
After this trap, another challenge awaits us. We'll have to do parkour over old pipes that could collapse at any moment. Be careful, guys, and help each other out.
Once this was an excellent establishment where all the animals of the city came for the best pizza. But something happened, and now Papa Pizza has closed his pizzeria and become incredibly evil. They say his secret recipe was stolen, and since then, he lost all interest in cooking. We're here to find out what happened and try to escape this creepy place.
Yes, Labrador, you're right. This place is filled with an atmosphere of eerie abandonment. Papa Pizza was famous for his recipes, but after the theft, he completely changed. Now the pizzeria is not a place of joy, but a labyrinth full of dangers. We must be careful. We just passed by the kitchen. and there was a huge pile of dough, as if Papa Pizza was trying to recreate his recipes, but failed. He couldn't make that magical pizza anymore.
We've seen how the pizzas turned into real traps. Remember that giant pizza that fell from the ceiling right in front of us? That's definitely not the pizza we're used to seeing. Papa Pizza has set up many traps here to make sure no one can escape. At one point, it seemed to me that he was wandering these corridors himself, guarding his lost empire.
Yes, this pizzeria has turned into a real nightmare. We went through the kitchen and there were pizzas with teeth, something incredible. And those pizza boxes that open and try to grab you certainly don't add any confidence. Papa Pizza clearly doesn't want anyone to get out of here alive. His malice has soaked every corner of this place.
Now we've reached the main hall and everything is turned upside down. Broken tables and chairs, scattered ingredients. Everything indicates that a real chaos happened here. Papa Pizza, losing his secret recipe, transformed from a kind chef into a real monster. We have only one option left. Find a way out of this madness and try to restore the pizzeria's former glory.
I agree, Labrador. We've overcome many challenges, but the most important one is ahead. Papa Pizza may be evil, but we've proven time and again that we can handle any difficulties. Let's keep moving to escape this place and perhaps help Papa Pizza find his former self.
Friends, I want to share a very secret story with you. It all started when we received several strange reports from the residents. They claimed they had seen a living pizza that moved on its own and seemed to have its own plans. At first, we thought it was a joke, but when the number of reports increased, it became clear that something unusual was going on. Dobie and I decided to check out these reports and went to the location where the most calls were coming from.
When we arrived at the scene, we were greeted by frightened residents pointing to Papa Pizza's pizzeria. It looked normal, but something was off. We cautiously entered and immediately noticed unusual tomato sauce marks on the floor. We followed these marks and ended up in a storeroom where we were in for a real surprise. There was a huge living pizza moving around and making strange noises. We realized it wasn't just alive, but also aggressive.
It turned out that this living pizza was the result of an experiment gone wrong by Papa Pizza. He had wanted to create the most delicious and unique pizza in the world by adding rare ingredients and a special magical seasoning to his recipe. But something went wrong, and the pizza gained its own consciousness and the ability to move. Moreover, it decided that it could become the ruler of the city and take control. Dobie and I realized we needed to act quickly to stop it.
We began to devise a plan to neutralize the living pizza. It was important not only to stop it, but also to ensure that something like this wouldn't happen again. We remembered that the magical seasoning could be neutralized by adding certain ingredients to the pizza. In search of these ingredients, we turned to our friends in the city, and soon we had everything we needed. The hardest part was getting close to the pizza to add the ingredients, but our teamwork and determination helped us succeed.
After several attempts, we managed to neutralize the living pizza. It lost its movement and became just an ordinary pizza. We returned it to Papa Pizza and explained what had happened. He was shocked and promised not to use magical ingredients again. The city regained its peace, and all the residents were grateful for our rescue.
This story was an important lesson for us about how experiments can be dangerous if you don't know when to stop. We realized that our job is not just to protect the city from external threats, but also to prevent internal problems. From now on, we will always be more careful with any unusual events, so that such incidents won't happen again.
We finally made it out of that pizzeria. These challenges were pure hell. Pizzas with trap flavors, trampolines throwing us into endless nightmares. But now, even more adventures await us. The forest. And it seems Papa Pizza hasn't forgotten about us. He's still on our tail. We need to find a way out through these dark trees, or we'll end up in his clutches forever.
This forest is really creepy, Labrador. It's as dark as a basement, and I can hear something rustling in the bushes. We've survived the pizzeria traps, but this will be even harder. The key is finding those trash bins with fences. I'm sure that's our only chance to escape. We need to climb, jump, and then we'll be able to get away from Papa Pizza.
Do you hear that? It's him. Papa Pizza won't back down. He's chasing us, and we need to move fast. Those trash bins with fences are our way out. But no matter how hard we try, This forest feels endless. We'll have to jump and hope that the next trash bin is the one that will lead us out.
No shadow or sound will stop us, Labrador. We've already gone through the horrors of the pizzeria, so this forest is just another obstacle on the road to freedom. The key is not to lose our heads. We're almost there. Let's jump over the fence and break free from this forest like real sheriffs.
Here it is, the spot. We're at the last trash bin. This is our chance, Dobie. We need to jump straight into the darkness, but I believe there's an exit there. Let's go.
We did it, Labrador. Just a few more steps, and we're safe. Papa Pizza didn't catch us, which means we're free again. See you soon, friends.
Here we are, friends. The pizzeria is behind us, and the forest too. We've gone through all these trials, and despite Papa Pizza trying to catch us, we broke free. I hope you enjoyed our adventure and didn't forget about us while we were running away from that giant pizza. Friends, quickly hit the like button and watch the video until the end so that the evil doll lets me go. What? Where are we, Dobie?
I don't know, but it looks like a children's room with toys everywhere.
Wait, this is something strange. It looks like we've ended up in a room full of evil dolls. Hey everyone, today Dobie and I are trying to escape from the house of evil dolls.
Wow, what's ahead of us? Many scary trials and puzzles. Our goal is not just to get out, but to defeat the evilest doll.
Look at this room. It has a strange atmosphere, kind of like childhood memories.
I agree. We've come back to our childhood, but this is definitely not the place we'd want to be.
It seems like we need to go through this narrow passage. It looks like it leads straight to the house. I hope the doll doesn't start hunting us right away.
We found some candy. I wouldn't try it. Who knows? Maybe she poisoned them. We need to collect 10 of these candies.
Looks like we need to jump here. Let's put that off for now and explore the house. Maybe we'll find something useful.
Here's another candy. Yay, a checkpoint. This means if we die, we can come back here. Look at how much she loves her portraits. Seems like you took your words too literally. It wasn't worth dying just to check. I thought you could go through there. There's another hole ahead. Should we go down? It looks like a place straight from hell, but not exactly.
There's a mountain of dishes here.
For me, a mountain of dishes is real hell.
I hate washing dishes. I actually like it. I turn on my favorite music and sing along. It really lifts my mood.
Strange. Looks like no one's cleaned here in years. Maybe she just buys new dishes instead of washing the old ones.
Yeah, that makes sense. I can't find another explanation for this mess.
It seems like we still have a long way to go. I can't see the end. These arrows seem hypnotic, like they were made to cause hallucinations.
Did you notice? The floor is like lava, but roses are growing in it. Looks like hallucinations.
I see them too. Nice, we've reached another checkpoint. Seems like the end is near. I hope there's no parkour ahead.
I'm a little tired already. These toys, I feel like there's something sinister about them. Maybe the souls of children are trapped inside.
Brr, creepy. By the way, did you know that the toys in the game Poppy Playtime aren't actually bloody, but a mix of red poppy? I've been studying the plot of this game recently. It's pretty interesting.
No, I didn't know that. I'll have to check it out sometime. But look, we've been tricked. This isn't the end. However, I can see a house in the distance. Looks like we need to head there.
Let's hurry. I even see a Ferris wheel. That looks like an interesting place. I wish the amusement park were near the police station. Hey, Labrador, have you ever thought about candy?
Of course, who doesn't love it? Do you have a favorite candy?
I think my favorites are chocolate candies with nuts. What about you?
I prefer caramel candies. They're so tasty, like sweet music in the middle of the workday.
Sometimes caramel is a real lifesaver. But you know what's better than candy? I don't know. Maybe even more candy.
Just look at her. Why is she sitting there, staring at us and not even greeting us?
It seems like she's pretending to be a lifeless doll, but in reality, she's watching us. That's much creepier.
Maybe we need to find a way to open the gate. Here's a button. We need to press 3 of them. It also says we can hide. Clearly, a dangerous trial awaits us.
Let's go. Look, she's coming down on her long braids. How does she even see anything with those eyes?
Oh no, let's hide quickly. We need to observe her from a safe place.
Let's climb higher. Maybe she won't see us.
Did you see her braids flashing past the room? I would hold my breath.
Let's not forget our main task. We still need to press 2 more buttons.
Good thing we looked around. It's always useful to check everything. There are many rooms here where we can hide, so this trial won't be too hard for us, especially with our experience.
I keep hearing her whispering. It's really unsettling.
The City of Beasts has always been a place where the most unusual events happened. But one of the strangest occurrences took place when the candy monster appeared. It all started when a new candy factory opened in our city. All the residents, especially the children, were thrilled. The factory promised the most delicious and unusual candies. But soon, strange things began to happen. The children complained that the candies started behaving strangely. They seemed to come to life and move. Things got even worse when a real monster, made of sweet treats, broke free from the factory.
This candy monster was terrifying. It was huge, with caramel eyes and lollipop teeth. Every time it stepped on the ground, the sound of cracking candy filled the air, and the atmosphere was filled with a sweet but unpleasant odor. It began to destroy everything in its path. Stores, homes, and even roads. Labrador and I had to intervene urgently. We started investigating what exactly caused the appearance of this monster. We found out that all the candies at the factory were made using experimental ingredients that gave them monstrous power, but also caused unusual mutations.
Dobie and I decided to act quickly. There was no time for a long investigation. We needed to stop the monster urgently. Using our skills and new technology, we managed to find its weak spot. Upon arriving at the factory, we discovered that, despite its terrifying appearance, the monster was actually vulnerable. All the candies that made up the monster were controlled by a single mechanism. We realized that if we disrupted this mechanism, the monster would disappear.
We decided to infiltrate the factory where the monster was created. It was dangerous, as each step could lead to further destruction. But Labrador and I acted swiftly and confidently. Soon, we found the most important part of the factory, a secret storage of the ingredients used to create these living candies. We destroyed the special machine that generated them and immediately began to notice the monster losing its strength. It started to shrink and disappear until it turned into a pile of regular candies.
When the candy monster vanished, the city was once again filled with peace and tranquility. The factory was closed, and all its dangerous ingredients were destroyed. Dobie and I returned to the station, reflecting on how unusual events can affect our city. We realized that sometimes even the most harmless things, like candies, can lead to real catastrophes. But thanks to our teamwork and skills, we managed to stop this threat.
After we defeated the candy monster, our city returned to normal life. Labrador and I understood that it's not only important to solve problems, but also to prevent them, so such disasters don't happen again. The city became safe again, and the children could once again enjoy their sweets without fear. But we always remembered this incident because, as strange as it sounds, candies might not be as harmless as they seem.
In our City of Beasts, there has always been no shortage of unexpected events, but one day something truly unusual happened. It all began the day the circus came to town. Among the many attractions and shows was a huge toy store. All the little animals eagerly went there to pick out new toys. But by evening, Dobie and I received a strange call. A mysterious virus had infected the toy store, causing all the dolls in the shop to come to life. They began to move and speak, and some of them became aggressive, causing panic among the children and parents.
When we arrived at the scene, the situation was already under control, but the tension in the air was palpable. We saw the dolls in the shop's windows one by one, standing up and crawling out. Some of them looked friendly, but others, not so much. They started marching through the city, scaring the residents. It was clear that this virus, which had infected the toys, was far more serious than we had thought. Instead of delighting children, the dolls had become a threat to the whole community. Labrador and I immediately began our investigation.
It turned out that the virus that turned the toys into living beings was the result of an experiment by a scientist who once worked with circus dolls, trying to create robots that could mimic living creatures. He had accidentally created something that developed self-awareness. These dolls were no longer just toys. They began to think and make decisions. Some of them didn't like being mere toys for children, and they decided they needed more freedom.
Realizing that we were up against not just ordinary toys, but sentient beings, Labrador and I decided to proceed with caution. We started tracking the dolls' every movement, but they were too fast and agile. We needed to find a way to stop the virus that had brought them to life, or else they could take over the entire city. We set up special equipment to investigate how the virus worked, and soon discovered its source, a strange control panel hidden at the center of the toy store.
We quickly infiltrated the store, and with the help of special devices, we disabled the control panel. But, unfortunately, the virus had already spread so much that even without a control source, the dolls kept moving. However, when we activated the program to neutralize the virus, the dolls began to slow down and eventually stopped altogether. It felt like a miracle, but we knew that it wasn't just about defeating these animated toys. We also needed to figure out how to prevent similar incidents in the future.
Once all the dolls had returned to being just toys, Labrador and I went back to the station to assess the damage and analyze how we could prevent such situations. We realized that even the most harmless things, like dolls, can lead to big problems if they're not properly controlled. But the most important thing was that we had prevented a disaster and restored safety to the city.
That's it, friends. We finally defeated the evil doll queen. This battle was a real challenge. See you soon, friends. Guys, the grumpy Gran almost caught me. Watch this video until the end to save me. Hi, friends. Today we found ourselves in a creepy place, the house of a grumpy grandmother. She not only locked us in here, but also set up numerous obstacles. The house looks cozy at first glance, but every corner hides dangers. It reminds me of Granny's house, only this one is even scarier.
Hello, everyone! Yes, Labrador, this grandma is a real trickster. She not only locked us in the house, but also turned it into a real trap. Every step requires utmost caution, as something unexpected could be lurking around every corner. This place is definitely not for the faint of heart.
On this property, there's another equally creepy house. It seems Grandma decided to double our troubles. Both houses are full of terrifying challenges, and we'll have to go through them to escape. These houses remind me of the famous Granny house, where every sound can give away your location, and every room is full of surprises.
This grandma is the meanest in the world. She's not going to let us go easily. Even if we get out of the houses, we'll face a final battle with her. We need to be ready for this. She clearly knows how to make us run. Grandma is not just grumpy, she has incredible cunning and malice.
But despite all her tricks, we won't give up. Every step we take brings us closer to freedom. We know we can overcome any obstacles she has put in our way. The main thing is to stay calm and focused. This situation requires our maximum concentration.
You're right, Labrador. We've already been through a lot, and this challenge won't be an exception. We'll keep moving forward, despite all difficulties. Grandma might be devious, but our determination is stronger. This house may be full of secrets, but we'll uncover them all.
There are many secrets in this house, but we as real sheriffs know how to find a way out of any situation. We'll use everything we find to escape and defeat Grandma. It won't be easy, but we're ready. The house resembles a labyrinth with many hideouts and hidden passages that we need to figure out.
Yes, this adventure will stay with us for a long time, but we know we can handle it. Let's go, friends! New challenges await us, and we're ready for them. Grandma thinks she can stop us, but she doesn't know who she's dealing with.
Grandma's house is full of old toys, strange paintings, and secret doors. It seems like it has a life of its own. Sometimes you can hear the floorboards creak or doors slam, even when no one is around. The atmosphere here is just creepy, making our task even more thrilling.
We must be careful because in this house, every little thing could be a trap. Maybe Grandma has hidden keys or clues that will help us escape. We need to stay alert and use all our skills to avoid getting caught.
Gran is not only smart, but also very fast. She can appear at any moment, and we'll have to react quickly. We need to work as a team, support each other, and not lose faith in our success. This adventure demands our utmost courage and resourcefulness.
Together, we can overcome all obstacles. Grandma may be dangerous, but she won't stop us. Guys, what do you think of this Grandma? She looks a bit creepy to me. Her head is very big, just like the house itself. Labrador, we've already made it quite far. Guys, make sure to subscribe and like.
Make sure to subscribe and like. The second house, like the first one on the property, seems to hold even more dangers. Grandma clearly won't let us go without a fight. This house has long corridors leading to locked doors, behind which the answers to our questions might be hidden.
How can someone even make such a scary house? I wouldn't live here for anything. Creaking floorboards, cold wind seeping through the cracks in the walls, and sudden sounds that make your heart race. but we both know that behind any door might be the key to our freedom.
While we are running away from these scary monsters, by the way, who are they? What do you think, friends? Write your opinions in the comments. I think they are zombies. What do you say, Dobie? You think they are children kidnapped by this old woman? Well, I don't know, maybe you're right, but I hope not.
What else is on the property of her house? I don't understand how she can live here. It's very scary. Really very scary. Every one of your views makes us braver, but still, we shouldn't overdo it, because after all, we are not supermen. Labrador, can you tell them a story where we acted like real superheroes?
In our cozy animal town, life was peaceful and calm until rumors about a strange grandmother began to spread. She was short, with gray hair, and always wore a huge cardigan she knitted herself. She was often seen walking around the streets, and at first glance, she seemed like a regular old lady. But soon, strange things started happening. Children playing in the park or on the playground began to disappear. At first, 1 or 2 kids went missing, causing concern among parents. But when the number of missing children increased, the town was gripped by real panic.
Labrador and I immediately knew we had to act fast. As we began our investigation, we noticed one detail. The strange grandmother was always near the places where children disappeared. It was like she was watching them. We decided to keep an eye on her. After a few days, we saw her approach children, offering them candy and inviting them to her house for knitting lessons. The kids, unsuspecting, gladly followed her.
The plan was simple. We needed to enter the house pretending to be regular visitors and free the children. Dobie and I put on everyday clothes and headed to the grandma's house. She greeted us with a smile and invited us in, not suspecting our real purpose. The house was filled with knitted items, scarves, hats, sweaters, even cat toys. But the scariest part was in another room. There, sitting at small tables, the children were knitting. Their faces were tired and sad, and they worked without stopping.
We knew we had to act quickly and carefully. Waiting for the moment when the grandma went to another room, we hurried to the children and started freeing them. They were scared, but when they saw us, they knew rescue was near. We led the children out of the house and hid them in a safe place nearby. Meanwhile, the grandma discovered they were missing and started to panic. She was running around the house trying to find them.
We called for backup, and when the grandma tried to escape, she was quickly apprehended. She was arrested and charged with kidnapping and exploiting children. It turned out she was using the children to create her knitted items, which she then sold. We were happy we could save the children and prevent further kidnappings.
The children were returned to their families, and the town became peaceful again. Parents were endlessly grateful to us for saving their children. This incident showed that even behind the appearance of a harmless old lady, real danger could be lurking. We must always be vigilant and ready to protect our town from any threat.
This story was an important lesson for us. We realized that you can't always judge a person by their appearance. The children quickly recovered and returned to their normal lives. Now we continue to patrol the town to make sure something like this never happens again. We have increased security and pay more attention to all new residents.
The town returned to its usual life. The residents felt safe again, knowing we were always on guard. We continue our work, doing everything possible to make every resident feel protected. This story will remain in our memory as an example of how courage and determination can overcome any danger.
There's another very secret story, just for you friends. Last year, New Year's was nothing like we expected. We were all waiting for Father Frost with his gifts and joy. But instead, on the horizon appeared Granny Frost. At first, she seemed just as kind as her predecessor, but soon we noticed some strange things.
Yes, Labrador, this Granny Frost didn't bring joy. She took it away. She went from house to house collecting candies and sweets, and the gifts she brought were either broken or completely different from what the children had expected. She said she was doing this because she wanted to feel important, but her actions only caused pain.
We noticed something was off when we saw her enter one house and take all the candies off the tree. That was suspicious, and we realized we had to act. We started keeping an eye on her to figure out what she was up to.
Yes, we set a trap. We put some sweets on the table and left a few candies under the tree to lure her in. And sure enough, she came, and we caught her. She was surprised when we grabbed her, but then she told us everything.
It turned out Granny Frost used to be Father Frost. She had lost her magic, and to feel important again, she decided to take away joy from people, not realizing that it was wrong. She thought this would help her regain her power.
We explained to her that real magic isn't about taking from others, but about giving joy. We told her how Father Frost brings happiness to children, and Granny Frost could help decorate homes and make gifts with her own hands. Instead of destroying, she could create.
After that, she changed. We helped her regain her magic, but not the old magic of taking, but the new magic of giving joy. Granny Frost started making toys for children, helping decorate Christmas trees, and even organizing parties for everyone.
Now, New Year's became a holiday for all. Granny Frost no longer took joy. She made it available to everyone. Together with Father Frost and Granny Frost, we created the most magical New Year anyone could ever imagine.
And so, our adventure in the house of that wicked grandma has come to an end. We managed to get through all her traps and finally find the way out. It was tough, but with your support and our strength, we made it.
Yes, Labrador, it was a real challenge, but as always, we didn't give up. Thanks to everyone who was with us. We proved that with teamwork and determination, we can overcome any obstacle. And the grandma, she just couldn't stop us.
A baby is chasing me. Like and leave a comment to save me. Hello guys, we're in Roblox, and as you can see, we're in the escape from the big baby mode. I'm here, as always, in the role of the sheriff, ready to take on any challenge. We're in a daycare, but this is not the daycare I remember. Dobie and I have to save it because something terrible is happening right now. A mutant baby has taken over this world, and we need to navigate its traps and challenges to reach the end. Dobie, are you ready?
Yes, Labrador, I'm ready. I can see we've gotten ourselves into a serious mess, but no worries. The key is not to panic. This is the moment when every step counts. We need to be cautious and make quick decisions. You're right. This daycare isn't exactly what it should be. Everything's turned upside down. Our goal is to break through all these obstacles, find and defeat the mutant, and restore order to this world.
Exactly. First, we need to find a way through these blocked doors. According to the map, there are a few tough sections ahead. We have to be on guard because this mutant is definitely not resting. Look, over there. Behind that toy, something's moving in the shadows. Are you ready, Dobie?
All right, Labrador, it's time to act. If we stick together, no challenge will be too big for us. This place, I understand, is going to test us every step of the way. But honestly, I'd rather face an army of mutants than deal with a couple of random parkour obstacles. So, let's go. Let's do this.
You're right, Dobie. Let's do this. Let's see what challenges await us. I'm already ready to jump over these obstacles. I hope you're not scared.
Scared? You're the one who's scared. I know how to survive in the toughest situations. We've saved this world more than once, and this time will be no different. Just be ready, because I think the toughest challenge awaits us at the end. An army of mutants. But we're not the type to back down.
That's exactly what I wanted to hear. All right, let's move forward. We're almost there. I feel like this mutant army isn't just a crowd. They're real monsters. But I think they're not ready for two sheriffs at our level. Dobie, when we get to them, let's act fast and in sync.
No panic, Labrador. We're getting ready for the big moment. Our victory. We'll get through all the parkour, overcome any traps, and even if we face an army of babies, we'll handle it. Remember, it all depends on us. So let's go. Let's move forward.
Hello, friends. It's me, Sheriff Labrador, and Officer Dobie and I have an unusual story for you. Today, we're going to tell you how mutant babies took over our city. Things escalated quickly, and believe me, it was something strange. Dobie and I had just finished our patrol. The sun was shining. Everything was calm. But suddenly, we heard strange cries, like something unnatural. It didn't sound like the usual city noises.
When we got to the source of the sounds, I thought it was just mischief. Babies, what could they do? But when I saw these little creatures, I realized these were no ordinary kids. Small, with green eyes, they began to gather, and there was something in their gaze that made me uneasy. They looked like they knew exactly what they were doing.
And that's when I realized something was wrong. Mutants, even ones this small, were far more dangerous than we thought. They began moving through the streets like an organized group. They quickly took control of one of the districts. I saw one of them approach a streetlight and, believe it or not, turn it on. These kids weren't what we expected.
It wasn't just strange, it was terrifying. I thought they were helpless, but these mutants somehow hacked the security systems and began blocking the streets, fast. And they weren't just crawling around, they were actively taking control of the area, as if they knew exactly how to do it. I realized we needed to act immediately.
I suggested we split up. I'll take control of the streets and you, Dobie, protect the headquarters. We needed to act in coordination before these mutants took over the whole city.
You're right. We needed to block the key points quickly. I went to the headquarters, hoping I could organize a defense. The mutants didn't stop. They moved with such confidence. But when I got there, I realized they were already at the doorstep. It was too late to block the headquarters, so I had to find another way out.
I was struggling to break through their ranks, but they had become so strong that it was clear. Brute force alone wouldn't help. These little mutants knew how to control the city. The mutants weren't just taking the streets, they started controlling the electricity, water supply, and systems. They could hack anything.
And that's when I realized they weren't just taking over the territory. They could destroy infrastructure like real manipulators. I started working with the team to create barricades. But even with barricades, it wasn't easy. These mutants used their abilities to bypass our traps. They acted too smoothly.
Realizing we needed to act even faster, I gathered a group. The mutants were tightening the ring around the city, but no matter how hard we tried, they wouldn't stop. Every time we thought we had them cornered, they'd show up on the other side. And this was just the beginning.
Labrador and I knew we had to proceed with maximum caution. The whole team was on standby. We needed to not just defend the city, but take it back under control. The mutants were smart and quickly adapted to our actions. But we didn't give up.
Every minute was worth its weight in gold. Dobie and I realized that regular methods wouldn't help. We needed something radically new to stop the mutants. I gathered a group of officers to try to block their paths. We knew they weren't just attacking, they were following a plan. They didn't need much time to figure out how to act.
Labrador and I understood that we couldn't just run around the city trying to overpower them. These mutants were too smart for that. We needed to find their weak spot. I suggested trying to use their own abilities against them. If they were so good at controlling technology, maybe we could set traps using the same systems.
Dobie was right. We quickly built a few traps using the city's disabled systems. We triggered old alarms and loud sounds to confuse the mutants. But, as it turned out, they were ready for that too. When we started activating the traps, one of the mutants seemed to notice our move right away. He approached the control panel and literally turned off all our devices in a second. We didn't even have time to figure out how it happened.
These little guys started playing with us. Their intellect turned out to be far more developed than we thought. They controlled everything, from the old panels to communication systems. We started feeling like we were losing control. But Labrador didn't give up. He suggested going back to the old plan and luring the mutants into the city center. We set up a few fake groups at different points to distract them.
I knew it was risky, but we had no choice. We placed fake patrols in the most unexpected places, and it worked. The mutants went to where they thought we were, but they didn't expect that we would actually be in their center. As soon as they started focusing on the false targets, Dobie and my team slipped into their rear.
When we were among them, it was already too late. The mutants realized they had been tricked and began to tighten the ring around us. But we had one last chance. We launched the local barricade system to slow them down. This was the turning point. The mutants started retreating, realizing they couldn't handle such a trap.
We caught them in the trap, but they didn't give up. The little mutants tried to break through, using all their abilities. But we didn't let them escape. Time passed, and with every moment, we were getting closer to victory.
After a long standoff, we finally gained the upper hand. The mutants began to lose control. Their strength weakened. We managed to restore order to the city, but one thing was clear. We had to be ready for another attack.
Yes, we won, but the cost was high. This time we managed to regain control of the city, but who knows what will happen next? These mutants won't just disappear.
Next time, we'll be ready. We've learned an important lesson. Mutant babies are not just toys. They can be more dangerous than we thought. But we will protect our city, no matter what.
After we won, the city slowly began to return to normal life. But in our hearts, the fear remained. We couldn't forget just how dangerous those little mutants turned out to be. No matter how hard we tried to relax, the thought that they might return haunted us. These kids weren't just helpless babies. They were something else. something hard to deal with.
Exactly, Labrador. We couldn't afford to let our guard down. We started working hard to improve the security systems, including installing new sensors and cameras that would allow us to detect any threat earlier. But even with these measures, we knew this wasn't the end. Deep down, I felt that they could come back. And if they did, they would be even stronger.
You're right, Dobie. But right now, we need to focus on preparing for our next encounter with them. And not just with them, but with any other potential threats. We've become stronger after this experience. The city is beginning to recover, but you and I, Officer Dobie, have a lot more work ahead of us. These aren't just local problems. We must be ready for any challenge that comes to our city.
I'm with you, Labrador. We're in this together, and that gives me confidence. You know, sometimes it feels like this was just a warning. Maybe there are other forces out there that haven't revealed themselves yet. But one thing I know for sure, if they come back, we'll be ready. We will protect this city from any threats, whether they're mutants, technology, or something much more dangerous.
But now, Dobie, let's take a little break from everything that's happened. We've done our job, but always remember, we are the ones standing guard over this city.